Welcome to episode number 11 of this Dallas Stars NHL 22 franchise series. And today, I'm obviously playing my Dallas Stars NHL 22 franchise. As you can see on the screen, we are about to play the Seattle Kraken in the playoffs. Round number 2 in the 2023 Stanley Cup playoffs. Yes, it is 2023. In season number 1, which is 2021-2020, or season number 1, which is the 20, or in season number 1, which was the 2021-2022 NHL season. That was season number 1. Stars did not make the playoffs. In season number 1, which was the 2021-2022 NHL season, the Stars did not make the playoffs and finished with 71 points. And here in season number 2, which is 2022 and 2023. That's season number 2, like I said. The Dallas Stars finished, and here in season number 2, which is 2022-2023, the Dallas Stars finished with 91 points and made the playoffs, obviously. So we went from 71 points, we went from 71 points and missing the playoffs to 91 points, we went from 71 points and missing the playoffs to 91 points and making the playoffs. As you can see right there, Claude Giroux leads our team in points through 7 games. We beat the Vancouver Canucks in 7 games in round number 1. If you haven't seen any of the other 10 episodes of the series, there's a playlist for the series, and that playlist, there's a playlist for the series, and if you haven't seen any of the other 10 episodes of the series, there's a playlist for the series, like I said, and that playlist will be in the sky in the top right corner, the playlist of the series will be in the sky in the top right hand corner right up here. There should be an icon that pops up at the beginning of the video. Game 1 in Seattle is in Seattle here on Sunday, April 30th, 2023. As I'm going to show you, the schedule, and then I'm going to show you the playoff bracket, and then I'm going to show you our lines. Because we do have some injuries I have to talk about. But bottom line is we won the last game of the regular season to get in the playoffs. If we lost that one in regulation, we were going to be out of the playoffs. If we lost it in overtime, we might have been in, we might have been out. But bottom line is we won this game, last game of the regular season against the Predators in Nashville, 2-1 in overtime. And then we played Vancouver in round number 1 with the Canucks having home ice advantage. We lost game 1 3-1. Won game 2 4-3. Lost game 3 7-3. Won game 4 6-3. Lost game 5 6-1. Won game 6 6-3 to force a winner take on game 7. And then we won game 7 6-3 as well. So, and that game 7 was in Vancouver, and game 7 was the last episode of this series. And now we're playing Seattle here 3 days after, 3 days after game 7 against Vancouver. So 3 days off, or really 2 days off. So I just said game 1, Dallas at Seattle here on Sunday, April 30th, game 1 is Dallas at Seattle here on Sunday, April 30th, 2023. We're 4-3 in the postseason, or we're 4-3 in the playoffs. They're 4-1. I'm not sure who Seattle beat, but you'll find out who Seattle beat in round number 1 in a second here. And here's the playoff bracket. Sorry about that volume thing. I just wanted to see what volume it was on. The TV, or I just wanted to see what volume the TV was on. But bottom line is, Winnipeg beat Colorado 4-2. Chicago beat Anaheim 4-3. Seattle beat Vegas 4-1. We beat Vancouver. Dallas did 4-3. The Rangers beat the Columbus 4-3. The Rangers beat Columbus 4-3. Carolina beat Florida 4-3. Montreal beat Tampa Bay 4-2. And then Toronto beat Boston 4-2. So the 4 center round matchups are Chicago and Winnipeg, Seattle and Dallas, Carolina and the New York Rangers, and then Toronto and Montreal. So, I mean, the winner of, obviously, the Seattle and Dallas series will play Chicago or Winnipeg, or the winner of the Seattle and Dallas series will play the winner of the Chicago and Winnipeg series in the Western Conference Finals, and obviously the same thing on the other side. So final 8. We have 18. We started with 16 teams in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Now we're down to 8. And obviously it'll be 16, 8, 4, 2, and then obviously there will be only one team left standing at the end of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and that one team will hopefully be, or that one team hopefully will be the Dallas Stars. But if it's not, there'll still be one team still standing. There'll be only one team still standing at the end of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and that one team will obviously be Stanley Cup champions, regardless of what team that is. But yeah, I'll show you the line because I think we had some injuries in Game 7 against Vancouver, which in real life was like 3 weeks ago. Sorry about that, but obviously I did start school like 3 weeks ago. Then I started school like 4 or 5 days after I filmed, edited, and broadcasted, or not, filmed, edited, and posted Game 7. I started school like 4 or 5 days after that. So that's why I haven't been able to I've been able to film. I just haven't been able to film this series, but I am able to film the series here on Tuesday, September 27th, 2022. Right now it's 8:50 p.m. Central Time. That's when I'm filming it. I'm not sure when it's going to go up. It could go up Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or the weekend. I'm not sure, but either way, I'm filming this video now, so that's all that matters. And it doesn't really matter when it goes up. As long as it goes up, I'm fine. Or as long as it goes up, it's okay. Yeah. Okay, so we do have some injuries. I'm going to go through the lines off our 4 forward lines and then our 3 defensive lines, and then we'll get into Game 1 against, and then after I show you our 4 forward lines and our 3 defensive lines, we'll get into Game 1 against Seattle. We have Andre Burakovsky, Trevor Zegras, and Jason Robertson as line number 1. Line number 2, Rupe Hintz, Claude Giroux, and Luke Glendening. That's our second line. Third line, Nick Camano, or Nicholas Camano, or Tamano, or whatever you want to say. Nick, short for Nicholas, obviously, but let's just say Nicholas Tamano, or Tamano. He's in for, I believe, Ty Dellandrea. He got injured. Ty Dellandrea was in for, I believe, Joe Pavelski, because Joe Pavelski is our captain. He's out, along with Tomas Hertl. I believe Ty Dellandrea was in for Tomas Hertl, and obviously Dellandrea got hurt, so now Tamano has to take Dellandrea's spot. So we have Tamano, Saden, or Nicholas Tamano, Tyler Saden, and Tanner Kero. Kero's in for our captain, Joe Pavelski. Fourth line, Michael Raffel, Radek Fatsa, and Yoel Kiviranta. Defensive lines, Miro Heiskanen and Scott Mayfield. He was the player who had the overtime game-winning goal in the last game of the regular season. Or Scott Mayfield was the player who had the overtime game-winning goal in the last game of the regular season, which sent the Dallas Stars to the playoffs. He was the OT hero in the regular season finale to send Dallas to the Stanley Cup playoffs. So it's Heiskanen and Mayfield, Devon Taves and Josh Matson, and then Alex Golodowski, and then Tale Fleury. Tale Fleury I got off of waivers from Seattle, so he's playing his former team. I believe the Seattle Kraken were trying to send him down, and to do that he had to clear waivers, and I picked him up. And then I guess I should have shown you this. I'm gonna show you the scratches real quick. I meant to do that, but I forgot. And I almost so yeah, scratched. Well, we have one scratch left. It's a right defenseman. It's Zach Badosian. And then we have Joe Pavelski, Tomas Hertl. Tomas Hertl's been injured, I don't know, for like a month now, or not about a month. He might have been, I'm not sure when he got injured. I think it was in the last, like, sometime during the last, like, 5 or 10 games of the regular season. And then Pavelski got hurt in Game 7. No, he didn't. I believe he got hurt in Game 6, I think. I believe he got hurt in Game 6. And then Ty Dellandrea got hurt in Game 7. But yeah. So we only have one scratch left. So if we lose another forward, I have to call someone up from the AHL. But yeah. We went, in the regular season, we went 43, 34, and 5. The Kraken went 42, 31, and 9. We're the 7th seed in the Western Conference in Seattle. I'm not sure what Seattle's seed is in the Western Conference, but we're the 7th seed, and the Seattle Kraken are definitely a higher seed than us because they have home ice advantage. Games 1, 2, 5 and 7 are in Seattle, and then games 1, 2, 5 and 7 are in Seattle, and then games 3, 4, and 6 are in Dallas. Now the best of 7 series, first team to 4 wins the series. Hopefully the first team to 4 wins is the Dallas Stars. Let's get into game 1, Dallas at Seattle, at Planet Pledge Arena in Seattle, Washington. Obviously Washington State, not Washington, D.C. They have Philip Grubauer, and that's their only expat there player. Joe Pavelski, our captain, is right there, but obviously he's there, right there, as you can see, but he's injured, so he's not playing in this game. But we still have John Gibson. John Gibson's our goalie. Both goalies are an 89 overall. We also have Miro Heiskanen, a left defenseman, and we also have 17 other skaters. And obviously 18 skaters and 2 goalies. Our backup goalie is Jay Donninger. But yeah, away uniforms for us, home uniforms for them. Let's say we have a better offense and goalie, but the Kraken let's say the Stars have a better offense and goalie than the Kraken, but the Kraken have a better defense than the Stars. Silent traditional length 4 minutes. Still pro, on ice, trainer, adaptive. Let's get into the game right now. Round 2, game 1, Dallas at Seattle. So we have a better offense by 1. They have a better defense by 1, and then we have a better goalie by 2. So these teams are pretty even, at least stats, at least rating wise. We have a better offense and goalie, but they have a better defense. Should be a good series and a good game. Let's watch a presentation. James Sabalski, round 2, game 1. Here we go, boys. Round 2, game 1. Dallas at Seattle, here in Seattle, Washington. It's Zedris versus Alexander Wenberg for the opening face-off, and Wenberg wins it as we're on your way here in round number 2. And a shot stopped by Gibson, right off the get-go. And now a shot, what a save by Gibson as he somehow got over. And now Robertson got crunched. Zedris comes up. He poke checked away from behind, and a good poke check, and they turn it over. And a shot stopped by Grubauer, and he passes out to Oleksiak, and now turned over again. You didn't miss anything. I don't think. I believe you saw that last save by Grubauer right before the last slip ended. He did cover it. The whistle hasn't gone yet, so he might be passing it out. But either way, he did stop the puck or the shot. I'm not sure if he's gonna cover it or the whistle did go. Okay, so he did cover it for the whistle just in the 3 minutes in the game 1. But that was a heart-stopping. That was a heart-stopping 3 minutes to start game 1, and it's not over yet, really. We're 3 minutes into game 1. Here in round number 2. No score, Seattle and Dallas here in Seattle. Now up ahead, Robertson. Robertson didn't pester from behind. Lost a puck. And picked up by Donato. Here's Everly. Seattle, obviously, this is year number 2 for them. And they're in the playoffs obviously, this is year number 2. Oh my goodness, I almost put my puck in my own net. I ran into Gibson. But yeah, this is year number 2 for Seattle, and they're in the playoffs here. In year number 2. Shot stopped the by Grubauer, just under 6 minutes into the hockey game. Zedris, apparently he leads our team in points, although it said Claude Giroux did. But either way, year number 2 for the Kraken, and the Kraken are in the playoffs in year number 2. I'm not sure if they made it in year number 1 or not. In real life they didn't, but I'm not sure if they made it in this game or not. But either way, they made the playoffs here in year number 2, Seattle did. As now turned over, one-timer blocked. And now here's Strome. I believe this team has, oh my goodness, how did that not go in? That hit the pipe and stayed out. I believe this team has Ryan Strome, by the way. Ryan Strome. Here's Glendening from a tough angle, stopped by the goalie. That's Giroux. He just got clobbered. And now Taze has got it. Turns it over. Here's Ryan Strome. Here's Oleksiak, a former star. Jamie Oleksiak is. Here's Yanni Gord. He's still on this team, along with some other players. Here's Oleksiak. Stop by Dipson. We're kind of didn't hit hard here. Here's Pajot. I believe I said Pajot as well. That's probably why Seattle made the playoffs here this season. Shot is stopped by Dipson. Turn it over again. They're starting to run around in our own zone. And I'm just going to dump it down. Did in there first. It's Hintz. Hintz got there first. Back down to Kamano. Behind the net. We'll shoot it from the right circle. But stopped and held by Grubauer. 7:56 to go, I believe. Ryan Donato leads Seattle in points here in the playoffs. Or, well, for them, 5 games. 7:55 to go in the first. No score. And we lose a face-off. Here's Rostalainen, I believe it said. Here we go. Here's they do have some new players, Seattle. Here's a toe drag. And it worked at all. I don't know what that was. A bank pass by Raffle himself got crushed in front of the penalty boxes. And that guy's got crushed in front of the boards. Or in front of the glass. Here's Hastinen. Here's a centering pass. Fonsa scores! Radek Fonsa! And the Stars strike first in Game 1. Radek Fonsa with his 3rd goal of the playoffs. And it's 1-0 Dallas here in Seattle as the Stars strike first here in Game 1 on the road in Seattle. A huge goal for the Stars as they strike first here in Game 1 on the road. Assisted by Hastinen, 3rd goal of the playoffs for Fonsa. We win the faceoff. Raffle lost the puck. Back to Hastinen. Wait for Raffle to touch up. Everly stole it from Fonsa, who just scored. Under 5 to play in the first. 1-0 Dallas in Game 1. A backhander stopped by Dipson. 4:30 to go in the first. As Dipson will cover the puck. Hits in the standard 5-1 in favor of Seattle. Here we go. Late in the first period, 1-0 Dallas in Game 1. And we lose the face-off. And now back to the point. Here's Everly. And now what a hit. That was by Mayfield. Just tentatively in the regular season finale sent the Stars to the playoffs. Here's a shot blocked to Zegras. Oh. Stopped by Grubauer on the shot by Zegras from the left circle. 3:06 to go in the first. Faceoff's 5-1 in favor of Seattle. Now 6-1. Here we go. What a hit. What a hit, my word. Robertson somehow got the puck out of all that chaos. Passes it back, Mayfield. Over, that's Hastinen. Hit the glove of Grubauer and goes out of play. 1:45 to play in the first. What are the hits again? Because hits are 7-3. What? And the faceoffs are 6-1 in favor of Seattle. And the hits are 7-3 in favor of Seattle. Okay. Dipson 4-3. Grubauer 4-1. Grubauer's a good goalie when he was on the Avalanche and when he was on the Kraken and any other team he was on. Another shot stopped by Grubauer and out of play. He was on the Avalanche and obviously was picked by Seattle in the expansion draft in the 2021 offseason. Here we go. We won the draw. Madsen lost the puck. Robertson. Oh, it was poked away by Grubauer. He probably saved the goal. And now he actually passed the puck out. 30 seconds to go. It was a smart decision. Here's Baston. 7 seconds. Back to Dunn. Vince Dunn. Save Gibson. Will pass it out. And that is the end of the first period here in Game 1. Here in Seattle. 1-0 Stars. And here's the goal right here. It was blocker side on Dipson, or blocker side on Grubauer, excuse me. And it's 1-0 Dallas after 1 it's 1-0 Dallas after 1 in Game 1 here in Seattle. Shots were 10-7 in favor of Dallas. Hits were 8-4 in favor of Seattle. Faceoffs 6-3 in favor of Seattle. So we won a couple of faceoffs at the back end of the first period. And then neither team has any penalty minutes, power play minutes, or obviously any power plays either, and obviously no showing their goals as well. So yeah, let's get into the second period here in Game 1. 1-0 Dallas in Seattle. Here we go. Second period here in Game 1. Round 2, Game 1, second period at 1-0 Stars here in Seattle. And we win the draw to start the second period. Up ahead, Zegras. We'll shoot it. That was not a good shot. Picked it up as Robertson. A backdoor feed on the blocked by a Seattle player and then covered by Grubauer 44 seconds into the second period. Man, that was close. And we lose the face-off now. Here's Alexiak! And now it turns into a bump by Zedris, but Alexiak and Zedris. Zedris is much smaller, like, weight-wise. And Alexiak running from the play by Zedris! The defensive play. And that was shot stopped by Grubauer, and he covers it up by his, like, neck or shoulder. 17:42 they go in the second. And by the way, I do have to say something. If it does look brighter in here, it is brighter because before there's 6 lights in this room, and there's always been 6 lights, and there's 6 lights now. And that's not going to change. There's 6 lights. 3 of the lights were burnt out, and then 1 of the lights will always go on and off. But there's a connection problem where it's like, no, it's on, then it turns off, and then 20 minutes later it's on again. So really so there was 3 lights burned out, 3 were on, and then 1 would go on and off. So there could be 2 lights on or 3 lights on. And you might be thinking to yourself, you could change them, because I believe I can reach the lights on a ladder, but my dad said not to change them. And it was like that for like a year, or I don't know if it was a year, but it was at least like 9 or 10 months where it was only 2 or 3 lights on in this room, here in Studio 42, aka Man Cave. But my dad said not to do anything, and he said he would do it. He never did it, and my mom actually did it, like, a few days ago. So that's why, she did it, I believe, for me, it was like, I think she did it like 2 days ago. For me, she did it, or not, for me, she did it yesterday, which was Monday. For you guys, it was still Monday, but for you guys, it wasn't yesterday. But for me, it was yesterday, she did it. So that's why now it's brighter in here. But now all 6 lights are on. Well, they were on, all 6 lights were on. The one that keeps going on and off is still doing that, and it just turned off. But either way, there'll be 5 lights on in this room, or 6, better than 2 or 3. So it used to be, or it was, where 2 or 3 lights would be on in this room, but now 5 or 6 lights will be on in this room. So you gain 3 lights. So it went from 2 or 3 lights to 5 or 6 lights, or it went from 2 or 3 lights to 5 or 6 lights. So that's much better. Now let's get back into the game. After I just wanted to tell you that. If you noticed, it was brighter in here, which you probably did notice it was brighter in here. But if you didn't, well, now you know. We win the draw. Shot blocked. Here we go, and a good poke check. Oh, that was a good forecheck, rather, by number 46. I believe that was Zedris. I don't know what that was. What a hit! Now Robertson, 46 is Zedris, by the way. Back to the point, Hastinen will shoot it. Got it through. Chest save by Grubauer. Just about 4 minutes into the second. Here we go. Early stages of the second period. Here we go. And we win the draw now. We're starting to win face-offs. Save Remo! Oh, Giroux. I hit the shoot button and he just got tied up. Now Hintz. He shot it from the circle, from almost the board, and he just fired out way wide. Here we go. Here's Everly. And he dumps it down behind Ibsen. Now what a hit now. Multiple big hits. But then Lendenen's got it. Over the Hintz! And that hit the pipe! Or I don't think that hit the pipe. It hit it was stopped by the glove of Grubauer. It never hit the pipe. I thought it did. But it never hit the post. It was stopped by the glove of Grubauer, but man, that was close. Here's Hintz again, lost it to Alexiak. They used to be teammates a few years ago. Here's Donato. 12 minutes ago, shot. Blocker saved Dipson. And back towards the net after it hit the glass. Hintz again, or Sadin rather, as Hintz gets off. Shot stopped by Grubauer. We do not have Jamie Benn, by the way, as we did trade him last year, along with some other players. But we still have Sadin. What a hit now in front of the Seattle bench. And now this is Kamano. Centering pass got blocked. Sadin with a good forecheck. Kicked it out of there. Kamano kind of got tied up with the goalie. Here's Larson. 9 minutes ago, here's Lynn, or here's Pajot now. A shot stopped by the by the pad of Grubauer. Satan lost it. Shorts just got crushed. Up ahead, Matson. And over. Zegras saved Grubauer, and he covers. 7:20 remaining in the second period. And we lose the face-off. Here's Rostalainen. Up ahead, Donskoy. Giannis Donskoy had that dumped in. 6:40 to go. Here's Zegras. Still 1-0 Dallas in game one. Over. You didn't miss anything. The shot was stopped by the shot by Burakovsky was stopped by Grubauer. Puts now behind the net. With 5:55 to go in the second period. In town and 1-0 Stars still. Here we go, behind the net, picked up by Burakovsky, or actually hit the side of the net, and his skate. Now it's behind the net again. Robertson goes all the way around, blocked. Here we go, under 5 to go in the second. 1-0 Stars still. It's been a defensive game. So far, only goals by the Dallas Stars, or by Radek Fata of the Dallas Stars. Here we go, Zegras. And but the only goal was scored by Radek Fata of the Dallas Stars back in the first. Here we go. A one-timer. Tried to tee it up, but when he brought the stick back, it hit a Stars player, so he wasn't able to tee it up. Shot! Glove save, Grubauer. 2:25 to go. Here we go. Shots in the second period are 9-2 in favor of Dallas. We win another face-off. We're starting some momentum. Here's Mayfield! He walked right in, but blocker saved by Grubauer, and I don't know what that pass was. Here we go! A backdoor feed score! Luke-Glendening! And it's 2-0 Stars! Here in game one in Seattle. First goal of the playoffs for Luke-Glendening. 18:35 into the second. And it's 2-0 Stars. Backdoor feed, what a pass by, I believe that was Claude Giroux or Tyler Sagan. I believe that was Claude Giroux, assisted by Claude Giroux and Rupe Hintz. As the goal was, that's a good hit. 1 minute to go in the second, 2-0 Stars. There's Donato, toe drag, and got through there. Pass down Loverly on the doorstep, stopped by Gibson. 15 seconds. Shot for the slot stop by Gibson. Now Hintz has got it 4 seconds. Dumps it. And getting there first is Glendening. Shot at the buzzer, stopped by Grubauer. Glendening had a shot at the end there. He was the one that just scored. But shot stopped by Grubauer. 2-0 Stars though after 40 minutes of play in game one. As the Stars have a 2-0 lead after 2 periods of play in game one here in Seattle. As we're out shooting Seattle 21-11. Time of attack, we have about 2 minutes more. Pass in there much better. Faceoff's 8-8 now. Hits 12-7 favors Seattle, and then neither team has any power play minutes, penalty minutes, any power plays, and obviously no shorthanded goals as well. My goodness, says that goal was scored by Luke Glendening, assisted by Claude Giroux and Rupe Hintz. As we are 20 minutes away from taking game one here in Seattle. But we're 20 minutes away, the Stars are, from taking game one in Seattle, but the job is not done until, well, the job's not done until it's done. What I'm trying to say here is the game's not over until it's over. So let's get into the game, or let's get into the third period here in game one, 2-0 Dallas. Here we go, Stars, 20 minutes away from winning game one here on the road, but the game's not over until it's over. Third period, 2-0 Stars. And we lose the faceoff to start the third period. Seattle down 2-0 here on home ice in game one. Shot! Stopped by Gibson. He got a piece of it. Even if he didn't, I think that was going wide. Here's Hastinen. Robertson to his left. Shot blocked! Oh, that might have been a goal if Robertson got it after it was blocked because that left side was wide open. Here's Zegras. Here we go. I don't know what that was. 2 minutes into the third, 2-0 Stars still. The poke by Zegras. We got via trade from Anaheim last year along with John Gibson. That's how we got John Gibson and Trevor Zegras. We got both via trade from the Anaheim Ducks, which at the time were the best team in the league. and the Anaheim Ducks ended up winning the Stanley Cup last year. Here's a shot! Stopped by Drew Bauer and recovered. So we got Trevor Zegras and John Gibson via trade from the Anaheim Ducks last year. And we got them via trade from the Anaheim Ducks, like I said. And at the time, the Ducks, when I traded for Zegras and Gibson, they were the best team in the league, points-wise. And I believe they finished with the best record in the NHL, points-wise. They finished with the best record, or most points in the NHL, the Ducks did. Here we go, here's a centering pass, Glendening scores! Glendening again! And it's 3-0 Dallas! As the Stars have come to play here in Game 1, as they're up 3-0 on the road, as they are starting to pull away, as they're trying to steal Game 1 here on the road. Glendening sending goal of the game. 3-0 Dallas, 15:31 to go in the third. Assisted by Mayfield and Giroux. So Claude Giroux has 2 assists. Scott Mayfield got the first assist. Here's a shot, or no shot actually. He lost the puck. Wimber did. Hastings sends it down the ice, and the Seattle player will beat the Dallas player to the circles, icing against Dallas. 14:30 to go. And we win the draw in our own zone. Hastings this time will not ice it. Here's Glendening known for a playoff hat trick, intercepted by Eberle. Here's Alexiak, 13:40 to go. What a hit now. And here's Mayfield, who's got the first assist on the second Glendening goal. Here we go, as we scored 1 goal in the first, 1 goal in the second, and 1 goal so far in the third, the Stars have. Here we go. Down low, I got intercepted. I turned it over, though. Wenberg on the doorstep. Stopped by the goalie, tipped out of there. Lost it, though. Here's Alexiak Schwartz. Stopped by Gibson. Seattle starting to get some momentum here. We don't want that, though. Here we go. Here's a little bump. Glendening now's got it. And he just got killed after he dumped it, though. Giroux almost got that. Half a period to go. 10 minutes to go. In Game 1, 3-0 Stars here in Seattle. As we've controlled most of the game. Can we continue that blockers, or not blocker save, but it was a blocked shot on a slap shot. How did that not go in? That might have been Glendening, as that it was a slap shot with the left point. It was blocked by a Stars player, and then it led to a 2-on-1 for Dallas. How did that not go in? My goodness, that might have been Glendening again. Is that Glendening? Well, the guy that passed it was Burakovsky, but I think that's Glendening. That was Glendening. How did that not go in? Oh, I think... Did Drew Bauer did it? No way. Well, I didn't shoot it right away, but he did it with the right pad and see denied a goal for Dallas and a hat trick and a playoff hat trick for Luke Glendening. As Glendening has 2 goals and then Fossa has the other one. But we're up 3-0 still, only 8:48 to go. But by the way, from earlier, I think I was talking about how we got Trevor Zegras and John Gibson via trip in Anaheim. I think I was saying that, but then Glendening scored and it intervened and opposite. I didn't finish what I was saying. But we got Trevor Zegras and John Gibson both via trip in the Anaheim Ducks, which at the time were the best team in the NHL points-wise. And they finished as the best team in the NHL points-wise, even though they traded Zegras and Gibson. But in return, I believe I did him Jamie Ben Bishop. I know Ben Bishop in real life is tentatively retired. Not tentatively yet, but he's going to retire. In this game, he's still playing, though, so I think I traded like Ben Bishop, Ben Bishop, Jamie Benn. I believe I also traded Dennis Gurianov for like Trevor Zegras and John Gibson. There might have been some draft picks in there along with some other players, but I can't really remember that. But I was basically Jamie Benn, Ben Bishop, Dennis Gurianov, Trevor Zegras, and John Gibson were like the bid names. So they were the bid names. So yeah, Anaheim still finished with the best record in the NHL points-wise, even though they traded Trevor Zegras and John Gibson. And they went on to win the Stanley Cup last year, and that Anaheim Ducks this year, did make the playoffs. I believe they finished as the 8th seed in the Western Conference. We finished with the 7th seed. They finished as the 8th seed, Anaheim did, but I believe they lost to the 1 seed. I'm not sure who the 1 seed was, but they, I believe they made the playoffs at the 8 seed in the Western Conference, and if they did, they lost. They were going to play the 1 seed in the first round, or they were going to play the 1 seed in the first round, and they obviously lost in the first round to the 1 seed if they made it, which I believe they did make it as the 8 seed, but lost to the 1 seed in the first round of the 2023 Stanley Cup playoffs. But that aside, let's get back into this game. 8:48 to go. It's mid-play actually. 8:30 to go now. Here's a Pochette. Here's Zedras. 8 minutes to go. Here we go. Here's Burakovsky. That shot is fired wide. Didn't know it was Matson though. Zedras kind of got like hip checked. And now Matson stopped by Drupauer, excuse me. Forechecked by Burakovsky, but didn't it is I believe Ryan Strome, which I believe Ryan Strome is on this team in this game. Here we go. Like I said, Ryan Strome is on this team in this game. Here's Strome. Here's Rostalainen. Here's Dunn. Here's Gord. No Strome. Gibson said no again. He's been red hot in this hockey game. And our offense hasn't been red hot, but it's hot. And our defense is red hot. And our goalie. Here's a centering pass. That went through a ton of bodies, and a shot ended up being blocked. 4 minutes to go. We're up 3-0. Here's Pajot. And we almost lose the puck. Here's Matson up ahead. Here's Zedras. I don't dump it down and kill some time. Under 3 to play. Here's Dunn. The Stars are 2 minutes away from stealing game 1 here on the road in Seattle. Job's not done yet though. That puck is out of the zone. 1:30 to go. Usually the AI doesn't pull their goalie when they're down by 3. 1 minute to go. Stars can feel it. Here's a shot. Glove save Gibson, and he'll pass it out. And that might have been a mistake. It is not. Here's Kamano. He just got crushed. He's not injured, though. 45 seconds to go in game 1. Here's Fleury. Another Fleury. I believe that's another Fleury. What a save by Gibson on the doorstep. And that's going to be probably an icing. That's sent it way on the ice. And it is. 33.8 to go, but my goodness, what a save. Lundin one goal from the hat trick, but I don't think he's going to did it unless they pull their goalie and he gets an empty netter, or if he somehow scores in the last 33 seconds, like a goal with the goalie in the net. But he's on the bench right now. 33 seconds to go. 3-0 Stars. Here's a shot. Gibson said no again. As he can feel. Here's a shot. Gibson said no again. And now Seattle's on the buzz here in the final half a minute. Here's Spatza. Up ahead, Kamano. Kamano will dump it down. On that, hit to the corner by the stick of Drupauer. Here's Kamano. Stopped. And Drupauer will pass it out. 7 seconds. Here's Donskoy. What a hit in front of the Seattle bench. Now it's by the Seattle bench. And time has run out. Stars win game 1. As the Stars take game 1. Really, the Stars steal game 1 here in Seattle as they beat the Kraken here in Seattle 3-0. As the Stars, like I said, do steal game 1 here in Seattle, and they're up 1-0. Alright, and the Stars, like I said, do steal game 1 here in Seattle, and the Stars are up 1-0 here in this best-of-7 series. Glendening scored 2 goals. Spatza scored the other goal. Spatza scored the first goal, and then Glendening scored the second goal and the third goal. My goodness. Stars win 3-0. John Gibson with a playoff shutout. I don't think it's his first of his career because he's not like a rookie or anything. But either way, it's a playoff shutout for John Gibson, the Stars goaltender. My goodness. What a performance by the Dallas Stars. Second Stars, John Gibson. 19 saves on 19 shots. A 0 goals against average and a 1,000 save percentage. First star, Glendening, had 2 goals, and then so Glendening's the first star, Gibson's the second star, and I believe Claude Giroux was the third star, because Claude Giroux, I believe, had 2 assists. So the first star was Luke Glendening, second star was John Gibson, and the third star was Claude Giroux. My goodness. Really clean game as well, no penalties. Faceoffs were 11-10 in favor of Dallas. Passing, they were much better. They were 95%. We were 68%. Time of attack, we had about a minute and a half more, give or take, Faceoffs or hits rather ended up being 18-13 in favor of Seattle. Shots were 26-19 in favor of Dallas. And obviously goals were 3-0 in favor of Dallas. My goodness, what a game for the Dallas Stars. They steal game 1 here on the road in Seattle, and they lead this best-of-7 series 1-0 as John Gibson gets a playoff shutout. My goodness, John Gibson with a playoff shutout. Next episode of the series in this game will be the first elimination game for either team in the series, and that will be Game 4, Game 5, or Game 6. And hopefully it will be elimination. Hopefully it will be an elimination game for Seattle. But like I said, the next episode of the series will be the first elimination game for either team in the series, which will be Game 4, Game 5, or Game 6. As like I said, Games 1, 2, 5, and 7 are in Seattle, and then Games 3, 4, and 6 are in Dallas. As the Stars are up 1-0, and the Stars are up 1-0 here in this best-of-7 series against Seattle. As we were down 3-2 against Vancouver in round 1. Won Game 6, 6-3, and then won Game 7, 6-3 as well. And then we won Game 1 of the second round against Seattle, or against the Kraken in Seattle, 3-0. What a game, Kraken, or what a game, Stars win. I was about to say Kraken win. I'm used to my Vinny J be a pro, because my Vinny J be a pro here in NHL 22. Vinny J's on the Seattle Kraken. But either way, Stars beat the Kraken 3-0 here in Game 1 in Seattle. What a game. I was like, we might win, but I wasn't expecting us to shut out Seattle. Gibson played out of his mind. He had some good saves, especially I think he had like a great save on I think the Kraken had a wide open net, and I think Gibson got over and stopped the shot with his blocker or his goal stick, and that was like 2 minutes into the game. And then he made some other shots or other saves on point blank shots, which means basically a shot from really close to the net with no one in between the shooter and the goalie. But yeah, by the way, I'm probably not going to do a season number 2 of my Austin Gun Nuts NHL 22 Adventure franchise because I don't really have that much time. It's usually ask for the new NHL game for Christmas, and if that's the case, that's NHL 23, and Christmas is like 3 months away, and you might be thinking that's 3 months still. But remember, I'm in school. I'm a junior in high school, and I started school 3 weeks ago, and I start basketball in like a month. So, or in a month to a month and a half, I start basketball. We start basketball, I think it's like late October and early November. So I mean, then when we usually have practice Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, so I won't be able to film those nights. And either way, I haven't been really able to film on school nights that often this year. Obviously, it's only like the 4th week of school, and tonight is a school night, but also that's just tonight I was able to film. The bottom line is I don't think I'm going to have time to do a Season 2 of my NHL 22 Adventure franchise, and that's first reason is because I have school, and then soon enough I'll have basketball. And I have other stuff higher on the priority list than playing the PS4 and filming gaming videos. That's the second reason. Third reason is if I don't do a season 2 of my NHL 22 Adventure franchise, if I don't do a season 2 of my NHL, in my NHL 22 Adventure franchise, I will have more time to try to win a Stanley Cup in my NHL 22 be a pro, and if I don't do a season 2 of my NHL 22 Adventure franchise, I'll have more time to win a Stanley Cup or try to win a Stanley Cup in this series and in my NHL And if I don't do it, like I said, a Season 2 of my NHL 22 Adventure franchise, I'll have more time to try to win a Stanley Cup in this series and in my NHL 22 Be a Pro series. So that's the 3 reasons why I'm most likely not going to be doing a Season 2 in my NHL 22 Adventure franchise. Unfortunately, I won't be winning a Stanley Cup most likely in my NHL 22 Adventure franchise, but hopefully, maybe, I can win a Stanley Cup in this series and or in my NHL 22 Be a Pro series. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video. You'll find out what and when the next video on this channel. You'll find out what and when the next video on this channel will be when I post it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, guys, time for it. Closing the board. If this episode, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Tell your mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa, and tell your mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And you know what? I'm going to see you in episode number 12 of this Dallas Stars NHL 22 franchise series. See you in episode number 12. And eat a lot of bacon and go Stars.